Kia ora and welcome to the Royal Akarana Yacht Club ahead of a very special announcement as we build towards the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. Let's hand over now to the CEO of the New Zealand Olympic Committee, Karen Smith.
On the sticky old morning here in Akarana. It's a fantastic morning though, and a very special one for the Tokyo 2020 Olympic team, and very special for sailing to be the first athletes we're naming into the team. Just greetings to all the sailing family, David and his team, and just acknowledge the huge amount of work that goes in to get athletes to the point of selection and then on to the starting line. So thanks, Abo, to you and your team for being just a pleasure to work with. The announcement today around the Olympics in Tokyo is really special. We know we have a long and proud Olympic history, and none more so than in the sport of yachting. In 1964, the last time we were in Tokyo, we won 3 gold medals. 2 remembered well because they were Sir Peter Snell, the late Sir Peter Snell, running across the line. And the 3rd was a sailor, Flying Dutchman of Helmer Pedersen and Earl Wells. So we're absolutely sure that the New Zealand team in Tokyo will go on and better even that feat and achievement. So just for a few words, I'd like to now welcome and hand over to David Abercrombie, CEO of Yachting New Zealand.
Thank you, Karen, and welcome everyone. I'd just like to firstly acknowledge the Akarana Marine Sports Centre for hosting us today, but we are here to celebrate the success and selection of 4 of our Olympic campaigns. Quite an interesting stretch in terms of experience. So Pete, I think your 4th Olympic Games, Blair your 3rd, Micah and Erica their 1st, so they need to come off cloud 9, and then Molly and Alex for their 2nd, and Sam for his 2nd. So congratulations to all of you, really exciting for you. Just that lovely mix of experience, I'm sure will produce the results that you all want. I'd just also like to acknowledge their coaches and Ian Stewart, who's brought a really tight team together, and I think providing we are not interrupted at these games by certain viruses around the world, I think we're in for a really exciting time. And Karen, to you and your team, we know that this can't happen unless we have your support, and we really look forward to hosting you in Enoshima in Japan and hopefully sharing in those successes. So thank you very much, and I'll hand back to you.
Thank you. Thanks, Dave. Okay, well, without further ado, it's my pleasure to name the first batch of the New Zealand sailing team to participate in the Olympics in 2020. Today we're going to be presenting each of the athletes with a silver fern. They look slightly like they've been part of the drought here in the northern part of New Zealand, but I assure you they are alive and kicking. The reason we're doing that is it's a very significant year for the silver fern, and we would like you as a group of athletes to take them away and plant them somewhere meaningful to you, and so that you can reflect on them as part of your stunning Olympic journey. So without further ado, I'd like to start with the announcement of the men's 49er, not newcomers to the Olympic team, and delighted to have back Peter Burling and Blair Tuke. And secondly, we'd like to call up Sam Meech from the Laser. Next up, and back again, hopefully for another successful venture to the Olympics, Molly Meech and Alex Maloney in the 49ers FX. And then finally, we'd like to welcome onto the stage from the NACRA 17s, Erica Dawson and Micah Wilkinson. So that concludes the formal part of this morning, and obviously there's lots of interviews and discussions set up, and then a really exciting opportunity for athletes from a number of codes to participate in the athlete workshop, building our team to Tokyo. But I'd just like to conclude by saying congratulations to all of you, to you, David, and the coaches and everyone involved. Thank you. They do look a little bit wilted, don't they? They'll come good. They'll be perfect.
Yeah. Sorry. We'll do that. Cool. Okay, so Micah and Erica, you guys are on stage for interview with Sky Sport, and we'll split off for interviews for the rest of you now.
Is there an organiser?
Yep, it's sort of organised, but Michael knows as well.
Okay.
So the ferns can just sit wherever you want to put them.
So there we have it, our first 7 athletes to represent the New Zealand team at the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. Let's just go over them. We have the defending champions, Peter Burling and Tuke in the 49er. We have Molly Meech and Alex Maloney in the 49er FX. We have Sam Meech in the laser, and we have Erica Dawson and Micah Wilkinson in the NACRA foiling 17s. And we can hear now from the debutantes, their very first Olympic Games. Erica and Micah, congratulations to you both. It's been a bumpy old road for you to get to this place, Erica. You twice almost walked away from sailing. How much of a relief is it that you didn't?
Oh, I mean, I'm so stoked that, I didn't stop. But I knew that one day I'd go to the Olympics, and that was my goal. So I just kept in it, and luckily the opportunity came up to sail with Micah. So here we are.
And Micah, for you, what are you feeling at the moment?
Oh, I'm so stoked. It's such an amazing opportunity, and to be part of this amazing team. We've had so much amazing support, and we're just really stoked to be here.
Now let's talk a little bit about that support, because the sailing team is quite a tight-knit network of people. You have the likes of Peter Burling and Tuke. How much do you take from the experience of others?
I think it's going to be really big going forward into this Games. We're new, we've never done it before, and to have these guys and girls around us that have been there, they've been successful, so we're just looking to learn off them and hopefully bring some success to this team as well.
Erica, what are you looking forward to most about going to Tokyo?
I just think, just the whole atmosphere of the Olympic Games. I've been watching on TV for many years, and just to be part of that opening ceremony and seeing all those amazing athletes in the same place will be pretty cool.
Now, you two haven't actually been partnered up for all that long. What is it, do you think, that makes this partnership work?
I think we get on really well, and from the outset we've been really clear on how we operate as a team, and because our timeline has been so short, we've really prioritised what we need to work on. So I think we've done that really well.
And Micah, what is it that you need to work on? How are you tracking as we look towards Tokyo?
We've got so much to learn. As you say, we're quite new, but we've quietly confident that we can learn fast, and Japan's going to throw up some pretty interesting conditions. We were there last year and it was pretty wavy and wild, and so no, we're just really looking forward to the challenge. Hopefully we can learn fast enough to catch up to the front runners in our fleet.
What's the goal, do you think, Erica?
I mean, at the end of the day, we're going there to win a medal. We're in it for the long haul, so we're also going for Paris 2024. So, I mean, just qualification was the first step, but now we need to work hard and do our best.
And Micah, for you, looking at Tokyo, what are you looking forward to aside from the sailing itself?
Oh, a hard question. We've been so focused on the sailing, but it's going to be an amazing experience. The Olympic Games has just been a dream for so long. To be part of this whole New Zealand Olympic team and hanging out with these amazing athletes, I can't wait to, be part of it. It's so exciting.
So we're just under 5 months away from the Olympic Games starting. What happens for you guys between now and then?
We actually head off overseas next week. We've got a few regattas in Europe, so it's just flat out build up. Because of we're relatively inexperienced, it's all about just as much sailing as we can. We're going to go overseas and race and then come back here and build up. And then we've actually got quite a bit of time in Japan. I think we've got a 2-month lead in just sailing over there, so we're flat out.
And just finally, Erica, the conditions in Tokyo, it will be hot. How are you preparing for that?
The New Zealand team has been really onto it with the heat management strategies. So when we were there last year, we actually had a few kind of trial runs ourselves and seeing how the heat affected us. So a lot of ice baths and that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm sure we'll be fine.
Well, congratulations to you both. Very exciting to have you as part of the Olympic team. All the best for the lead up and for the Olympic Games itself.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, of course, we have lots of other athletes to talk to this morning. Sam Meech is one of those, bronze medalist at Rio. Let's find out a little bit more about him.
I got into sailing from a really young age. My family decided to buy a boat instead of a house when I was about 5 years old. We went off travelling around the world, so yeah, I've been doing it forever. When we came back to New Zealand, we moved to Hamilton, pretty far away from the ocean. But I really missed sailing and started racing dinghies on Hamilton Lake, and it kind of went from there. I guess I just kind of continued through the age groups, and I got the chance to go to the Youth Worlds, which for me was a huge stepping stone in my career. I went and was lucky enough to get a bronze and a gold medal the 2 times I went, and then that was kind of when I decided, maybe this is possible for me to make a career out of it. Rio was it was interesting. I mean, I was under heaps of pressure, just to get selected, and I had a really close battle with Meech and Maloney. It pushed both of us, I think, to a much, much higher level, and for me that made the difference come Olympic time. Winning a bronze medal in Rio for me was epic. I had a pretty intense battle on the water with one of the legends of our sport, Robert Scheidt. And when I finally realised I'd beaten him, overall it was pretty special. The last 2 years for me have been fantastic, and I've had super consistent results. I think just mainly my experience is what led to the consistency. Just knowing how to sail in different types of conditions and minimising risk where possible. The sailing conditions here in Enoshima are awesome. We get quite a range with big waves and onshore conditions, and then flat water and offshore, which makes it tricky, tight racing. So I think the time that we're spending training here and learning about the venue is going to make all the difference come race day next year. The culture's amazing. That's the thing I probably enjoy the most about being here in Japan. And coming to places like this, it's not much better.
And we can hear now from Sam Meech himself. Sam, congratulations on being named in the Olympic team this morning. How are you feeling?
Oh, super excited. I've been trying for this for a while, so yeah, 4 years of work.
Well, actually, before you went to the Rio Olympic Games, you said the pressure on you to be selected for that Olympic Games was immense. How has it been this time around?
Pretty similar. I was hoping it'd be a little bit easier, but no, it was a similar situation. We had 3 guys going really well, so yeah, another hard trials.
And what is it, do you think, that's got you over the line here?
I think my experience, from the last cycle and having been in that high pressure situation to get selected made a big difference to me.
Obviously, a bronze medal at the Rio Olympic Games. What is your goal heading to Tokyo?
I'd love to go back to win another medal. I mean, it's what I've been working for and trying to be consistent in the medals over the last couple of years. So, yeah, that's everything.
How has your form been? How are you tracking?
It's been really good. The last couple of events haven't been quite as good as I was hoping, but I mean, most events I've done in the last cycle, I've either medalled or been in contention to medal on the last day. So, yeah, I'm really happy with how the last couple of years have been.
And in terms of Tokyo itself, what are you looking forward to?
The food. No, we've been there a few times in the sailing venue, and yeah, it's just really good sailing. So I just can't wait to get out there and yeah, get on with it.
How's your Japanese?
My Japanese isn't so good. We've got a gym trainer at High Performance Sport who's fluent, so he's been trying to teach us some, but yeah, I forget him between trips.
Hey, you've still got 5 months to work on that, but probably more importantly, the sailing. In terms of the venue itself, what can you tell us a bit about that?
It's pretty warm, but the sailing venue is actually really good. It's a big venue with a lot of courses, so the time that we spend there has been pretty important. But yeah, in general, pretty good sailing. A lot simpler than Rio, which is nice.
Now, your sister was obviously named in the team this morning as well. How special is it being able to go to Olympic Games with her?
It's so cool. I mean, when I started sailing, I didn't expect to go to one Games with her, and yeah, last time was amazing. So, yeah, hopefully another experience like that would be pretty neat for the family.
Nice to have some support on standby as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much support she'll give me. She's usually pretty focused on her own things, but yeah, no, for both of us, it's so cool.
Well, Sam, congratulations and all the very best for Tokyo.
Thank you very much.
Now, also, there are a couple of other sailors who have been in Enoshima checking out the test venue for the sailing at the Olympic Games. They are, of course, defending champions, Tuke and Peter Burling. Let's take a look at what they've been up to.
This is where the Olympics is going to be next year, so the gold medal is going to be handed out, so we want to try and get as comfortable as we can racing here. It's a venue that provides a lot of different conditions, and you want to make sure you test yourselves in all those conditions.
Seems like a really cool place to sail with, a large variety of conditions, from strong offshore, strong onshore, big waves, small waves, so you've kind of got to be good across the board.
You never really know exactly what the conditions are going to be, so you want to try and be better than everyone in all conditions, and that's certainly something we've prided ourselves on in the past, and we're looking to do that again in this Tokyo campaign. To represent your country at the Olympic Games is a pretty huge honour, and to have the opportunity to try and win a medal for your country is massive, so we're pretty motivated to give it our best crack.
There's a lot of little things that go into it. You're working kind of towards it every day in little ways, whether it's physical or equipment on the boat, or trying to understand the conditions here better. And obviously while we're over here, it's really just trying to understand the venue and get used to the temperature. Really fun boat to sail, relatively physical, and also goes quite fast, so seems to attract a lot of good yachties, and it's great fun racing in such a high level fleet.
It's been an awesome ride for the last 2 Olympics that we've had, and after Rio we did the Volvo Ocean race, the America's Cup, and after that we sort of sat down and we felt like we wanted to give it another crack. Thought we were in a good spot if we put in the right amount of effort that we could do it, or at least be in a chance to win a gold medal.
It's pretty cool to be able to go out and race at the highest level, and we're still motivated to try and win another gold medal for New Zealand as well, and that's why we're here, and both having a really good time along the way.
So we can hear now from Peter and Blair. Congratulations to you both. Obviously, Blair, your 3rd Olympics. Peter, your 4th. Do you still get excited hearing your name read out?
Yeah, it's something that's incredibly exciting, and for us this is kind of, I suppose, a pretty special step along the road to trying to go and win another gold medal for our country, and that's what Blair and myself have set out to do, and we're pretty excited. We managed to put our best foot forward at the last 2 World Championships, get the honour today, and then it's back into a bit of hard work over the next few months to build up to Tokyo.
Blair, obviously Rio, as Pete said, you got the gold medal, but not only that, you had the biggest winning margin of any class in 50 years. So what's going to denote success for you this time around?
Yeah, Rio was undoubtedly pretty special for us. When we sort of decided to do another campaign, it was all around just trying to win another gold medal for our country, and we felt if we did a good campaign we could do that, and we're on track now, but we've got a lot of hard work to do over the next 6 months, so we're going to keep working hard, keep working on the little things that we need to, and it's pretty exciting. It's a great opportunity to represent your country at the Olympic Games, and it's something that we don't take lightly. So we're really, really proud this morning.
So how much pressure does it add, Peter, when you are the defending champions?
I think there's always pressure in sport. It's why we do it, why we enjoy it, and it is a massive challenge, and there are a lot of countries sailing really well out there. So for us, it's about doing all the little things really well, and making sure we put our best foot forward, and at the end of a campaign, that's all you can really ask for. Is that your preparation's gone really well, and you can put your best foot forward come the event.
So just finally, who do you see as your biggest threat to that gold medal at the Tokyo Olympic Games?
I think there's probably 4 or 5 other teams that are sailing really well at the moment. We're all sort of pretty close to the front in both the world champs here in Auckland and the ones we've just had in Melbourne. So Spanish guys, Austrians, Germans, British, between those guys, there's some real stiff competition for us. But anyone in the top 10 or top 12 could put a good event together. So for us, we sort of don't look at who we're racing so much. It's just more about doing what you can and trying to, like Pete mentioned, do all the things that you can control well. And if at the end of it that leads you in first, and that's great. And if not, you still got to be happy because you've done all you can. So that's really what we aim for.
Well, once again, congratulations and best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So if you've just joined us, a reminder of what's been announced here today. The first 7 athletes selected to the New Zealand team to represent us at the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. They are sailors Peter Burling and Tuke in the 49er, defending champions of course. Then there's Meech and Maloney, silver medalists at the Rio Olympic Games. They will be representing us in the 49er FX. Molly's brother Sam Meech will take up the place in the laser. He, of course, bronze medalist at the Rio Olympic Games. And then we have the debutantes, the first-time Olympians, Erica Dawson and Micah Wilkinson. They will be sailing in the NACRA 17 foiling class. Maloney, Molly Meech, congratulations. A second Olympic Games for you both. How much of a relief is it to hear your name announced today?
It's super exciting. I think obviously we've been working really hard this cycle, and Tokyo was always the goal, but I think to get it selected and get it official is amazing. Yeah.
Now, Alex, as one of your Instagram followers, I know that you've been on crutches recently. What's the story there? How are you tracking heading for Tokyo?
Yeah, so before the last Worlds in Australia, injured the foot, but it's tracking really well, and the recovery's been pretty smooth, so we're really looking forward to getting back on the water hopefully this week and getting back into normal training starting next week. So I think it's a little bit of a setback, but we're looking positive for Tokyo.
You two have been together for about 8 years now. How much of an advantage is that over other crews?
I think it's, I'd like to say it's an advantage. I mean, we know each other pretty well in and out, and also how we're working on the water. We've come a long way, I think, when we first started back in 2013. So, yeah, we've definitely been together for a while, and it's awesome. It's going to be so cool going to Tokyo together.
What's the goal for you in Tokyo?
I think we want to go one better and go for gold, and also just have a lot of fun and enjoy the whole experience.
And what do you think is the biggest barrier to that gold medal?
I think in Japan or in Enoshima for us it's going to be about probably consistency. Like the conditions we're going to get is going to be up and down. You can have windy, you can have wavy, you can have light winds as well. So I think just being really good across the board is probably going to be a big factor.
You guys have actually spent quite a bit of time in Japan already, in Enoshima, where the sailing will take place. What can you tell us about that arena?
It's an exciting place to sail. As Molly said, we can get anything, so I think we need to be the best prepared and across a range of conditions, but it's a really cool place, and yeah, really looking forward to getting back this year.
Well, you both look very excited. We're excited for you. Congratulations and best of luck.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you. However you've joined us this morning, whether it be on Sky Sports Facebook page or on the NZOC Facebook page or YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Congratulations to all 7 athletes who are the first athletes to be named in the New Zealand team to take us to the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. There will of course be many more athletes named, sailors and other disciplines, as we build towards the Tokyo Olympic Games, now just 5 months away. So thank you all very much. Very exciting times ahead. Have a great morning.
Ko tātou te kapa o Aotearoa. We are the New Zealand team.